No, not really. Councilmember Capitelli.
Well, clearly each of us has a different perspective on the situation here, and I have never prepared a written statement in my 3.5 years on this council, and tonight...
We've noticed.
Yes. And tonight is the first night. I don't presume to speak for any of the rest of you. I know that my actions of 2 weeks ago deeply offended many people. I left the council meeting that night 2 weeks ago with a very uneasy feeling that I had made a mistake. It took only a day or two for me to realize I needed to concede that error and to apologize. With Councilmember Olds, I publicly did that 10 days ago with a statement to the press and to my constituents in District 5. I repeat that apology tonight. My mistake was in supporting a motion that I simply presumed was both a condemnation of the Iraq War and support and encouragement to those opposing it. I think all of us would agree that that was not what the item communicated. From my perspective, and clearly each of us has a different one here, the issue before us, most importantly, is our fundamental commitment to the first article of the Bill of Rights, the First Amendment. Others may disagree, but I believe that my actions of 2 weeks ago undermined the Marine Corps' exercise of those rights of speech and expression. I also erred by voting to grant privilege to one cause that more than likely, I fear, I would not be inclined to grant to less popular causes. I believe our country is on a slippery slope today when it comes to honoring and defending our most important values: the right to free speech and expression, the right to privacy, and the right to due process. If we compromise those rights in a war on terrorism or a war on the military, we will have already lost. I will not participate in that process. To paraphrase Noam Chomsky, if you don't believe in freedom of speech and expression for those you deeply disagree with, if you don't believe in the right to privacy for those you fear, if you don't believe in the right to due process for your mortal enemies, then you don't believe in those rights at all. Over the past 2 weeks, I've received over 31,000 communications, some by phone, most by email, some personally written, some computer generated, and some face-to-face. Some of them have been crude, obscene, and mean-spirited. It is one thing to disagree with someone, it is another to personally demonize or denigrate them or impugn their integrity. Most comments I have received from Berkeley citizens have been reasoned, compassionate, and compelling. There were some recurring themes, at least from my constituents. How dare I, in an official capacity, presume to speak for all of Berkeley when in fact Berkeley citizens reflect a variety of viewpoints? Another thought was, my primary responsibility is to defend the right to free speech for all parties, popular or unpopular. And finally, it's inappropriate and potentially dangerous for government to grant privileges to one group because of their political views. Although many of you will not believe me, I want to make it clear that this apology is not the result of any threats from anyone, no matter what the consequences of those threats. I have read many communications since my decision of 10 days ago. I thank all of you who communicated with me then, and those of you who communicated with me so eloquently tonight on both sides of the issue. They helped me clarify my own thinking. I want to conclude with a remark from Eleanor Holmes Norton, who's the House of Representatives delegate representing the District of Columbia. I hope she will share it and remind her colleague, the Senator Jim DeMint, with this quote. She said, "The only way to make sure people you agree with can speak is to support the rights of people you don't agree with." Thank you for your patience.
Councilmember Worthington, you wish